everybody. Welcome back. It's time for the Inside Scoop, and here with the dish is the senior editor at HollywoodHoller.com, Nikki Boyer.
Hi. Oh, I missed you.
Welcome back.
I
missed you too.
Yeah. Oh, we got some stuff.
Okay, let's talk about Heather.
I know. We all love Heather Locklear. I do. We're all rooting for her, but things are getting bad. They're on a downward spiral for her. So it's been bad for a couple of months, but a couple of weeks ago, she was reportedly belligerent and drunk, and the cops were called to her house. Her parents went over before the cops got there to try to calm everything down.
And then what happened?
And then she ended up choking her mother. I know. Kicking her father. And apparently there was a suicide attempt and things got a little crazy.
Allegedly.
And then she went to the hospital and had a psychiatric evaluation.
They dragged her to the hospital.
They pretty much dragged her to the hospital. And it was just very, very traumatic, but things went from bad to worse because then last Sunday, the police were called over to her house at 11 o'clock at night for a domestic disturbance.
Okay.
She ended up getting arrested, and here's why. There was a big fight between her and some friends and some family, and the police came and tried to like separate it and calm it down. Mm-hmm. She ended up kicking a police officer and then also kicking in the chest an EMT guy who was trying to put her into the ambulance.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, thank you. You always have my back with that, right? It got really bad. She ended up going to the hospital. She got cleared for her health, but they ended up taking her to the Ventura County Jail, and they did book her for 2 charges of misdemeanor of battery on the
Is that her
EMT
mugshot?
Yeah. I know, bless her heart. Look how she looks so bad. So she did, I mean, look at her. I mean, let's be honest, she looks so bad.
Excuse me.
I mean, bless her.
Nikki,
I'm sorry.
the shade of it all.
I'm saying what we're all thinking. I think that slipped out. I don't think I meant to say that out loud. Whoop. It was like, whoop. Anyway, Heather, I love you. I'm sorry, baby, but you look bad. Bless her heart. Anyway, so she did get released on $20,000 bail. You're so happy to me.
Okay.
And apparently, hours later, after she was released on $20,000 bail, she went home and apparently overdosed, and they had to call the police back to her house. I know, I feel so bad for her. She ended up getting cleared at the hospital, but she is potentially going to be going into some sort of treatment. So, even though I said that about you, Heather, I'm wishing you love. So, mwah.
So, the word is that Howard Stern blames Tommy Lee, her ex-husband, for all of this.
So in true Howard fashion, he was on his show a week ago, and he spouted off saying that he thinks the reason that she's going, quote unquote, insane is because she was married to Tommy Lee and Richie Sambora, and that's what's caused her to go to that place. That was the reason. As you remember, they were married, I think, from 86 to 93 for 7 years.
Best sex tape ever. Classic.
I love it. But Tommy Lee got really mad, and he went to Twitter and
that was Pam. He was married to Pam.
Oh yeah, that was her.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
He said this to Howard Stern via Twitter. He said, "Howard Stern, Queen of Media, how dare you blame me?"
Queen of Media?
That's what he said. "How dare you blame me for Heather's recent troubles? That was 24 years ago, you idiot. You should be wishing her well and not bashing me, bleephead. WTF is wrong with you? I normally don't respond to this stuff. Bleeping BS." Do you know how hard it was for me not to curse during that segment? But that's what he said to him via Twitter.
Do you know what I think?
Please, tell me.
I think that Heather is the classic case of when Hollywood throws you out. And it's very, very unfortunate as a woman. You know, this girl was beautiful. Remember, T.J. Hooker, and she was doing Dynasty at the same time. She's no slouch. And then she went on to Melrose Place.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, I think when women hit like that 45-year mark, or maybe 50 is the magic number, sometimes it's 40, you know, and then they don't want you anymore.
Right.
I think she's having a tough time.
Well, we're sending you love, Heather. Even
Yeah, Heather, we love you.
Talked about your mugshot. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I know. You're already shaking your head.
I've been shaking my head since I got out here. So glad to be back, and everything so far is ridiculous on this show.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead.
So Ronnie from the Jersey Shore, we all know him. He is actually allegedly the victim of some domestic battery.
I didn't even believe this story when I heard it.
It's pretty intense. So let me set the scene. His baby mama, Jen Harley, actually was charged and arrested in charge of domestic violence, and here's what happened.
With the baby in the back seat.
Oh my gosh. So let me set what happened. I'm being quiet. Okay.
Nikki?
So they went to a barbecue, they got in a fight. Who doesn't that happen to, right? When they got into the fight, on the way home, Jen reportedly hit Ronnie in the face. He said, pull
While
over.
she's driving.
Yeah.
And the baby's in the back.
That's some multitasking. She's driving, she hits Ronnie in the face, he says, pull over, then she speeds away while he's still tied up in the seatbelt. She drags him, he's bloody, he's bruised, and the baby is
It's in the back seat.
Hashtag.
Allegedly.
Yeah, so she was arrested and she was charged, and it is messy. They've been fighting on social media. You've been watching this. They Instagram lived one of their fights where Ronnie was being aggressive, so it's a very toxic relationship.
I heard he's trying to get full custody of their daughter.
I think that he might be. Rumor has it he's trying to at least get 50-50 custody because they're not married, but we don't even know if they're together.
She got dragged by it. I mean, she dragged him.
I know, in the car.
With the baby in the back seat.
Hashtag baby in the back seat. Like, that is so bad. So I'm just worried about the future of this kid and what, I mean, at 2 months old.
Are you really? Are you really? Nikki Boyer, everybody. For more information on these stories, go to wendyshow.com.